Just me. Hey, boys and girls, welcome to our show.
Hi.
Hi, and to the 26 subscribers who will watch us at some point, we love you, like forevers. Now, tell a friend, so we can do like that whole network marketing thing. And 26 gets 52, gets 100. See all that math I'm not going to do right now? 112, and those 112 get 220.
Just
You
checking
follow
the
me.
mic.
Anyway, let's take and make sure that happens. Help us out, so we'd love to have more subscribers. With that being said, boys and girls, hello and welcome. Welcome to the Business Squad Happy Hour. As usual, we start with a warm introduction. We do have a guest today, a guest in the hot seat, and he'll get a chance to introduce himself. But as usual, boys, go around the corner. Everybody know who you are and why you're here.
John Szymanski with Kokopelli Financial and a proud member of the benefits or the business squad, and I'm the benefits guy. And I'm here to help you with your group health insurance, long-term care disability plans, and right in through succession planning. So we can take good care of it.
I'm Ben Van Gelderen. I'm an attorney at law. I do business law, corporate law, contracts, all that stuff. And I have a background in healthcare law, so I have some experience dealing with regulatory agencies like LARA and health licensure, and also Department of Labor, those types of things. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later on.
Dun, dun, dun.
Anytime they're mentioned.
I know, right? It's like they'll say it 3 times and appear. Beetlejuice.
We should have that little chime in the back.
Yeah.
The Ishkabibble?
Ishkabibble.
Oh, Ishkabibble, the word of the day, and I called it early. So that's the word of the day. Toast, gentlemen.
Well,
Ishkabibble it
let's
is.
define what
Yeah,
Ishkabibble
Well,
is.
John, as our resident expert in the language of the Polish people, define the Ishkabibble.
No, funny. Ishkabibble, I learned Ishkabibble from my dad, and it's how he described what a lot of us would refer to as a knucklehead, but an Ishkabibble is somebody that they
Excellent. That's fun. That's the best word of the day so far.
Ishkabibble?
See, this is an educational program, I think.
Yeah. Well, I grew up with that word, and it's right in line with a slobber knocker. If you know the sports phrases.
Slobber knocker. And we're going to walk on from that one because we're walking. And my name's James Lewis, and I am the financial guru here at the Business Squad. Think of me as the go-to answer for the business planning or financial planning for your business and yourself. And what we can do is I can actually help coordinate the multiple facets that are involved with getting your money together. And that's everything from handling your cash flow and doing the analysis with that. Maybe it's loans, loan analysis, or if it's actually bringing in our legal, or coordinating with our benefits guy, or whatever the case may be, and then tying it all together with a bow on top. That's my job. So, Mr. Lippens.
My name is James Lippens. I help keep your employees happy. My
I love that.
or
Payroll.
we're the payroll provider within the Business Squad, and we're a full service payroll firm. We process payroll and do tax compliance as well as some HR components, and that's what we do. Keep your employees happy on Friday, or Wednesday, or Monday, or whatever day is your payday.
That's right. 'Cause
But
every day's
payday is a very important day of the week.
Every day's a payday. What?
Every is important.
That's right. And you, sir?
I am Scott Rendell, and I own Rendell Certified Cleaning Services. We do 4 things exceptionally well: carpet, upholstery, tile and grout, and also rug cleaning. And so we specialize in hard to clean out spots, stains, and all that good stuff.
All the stuff that I do
All
not
that stuff.
Yeah.
No,
I don't think any of
So our service industry representative.
There you go.
That's
I
okay.
represent the entire industry,
That's
every
right.
service.
That's right.
Well,
I speak for that.
the small business owner and what they have to deal with,
Absolutely.
certainly.
Yeah, how big is your business? How many
We
employees?
have
do you
4
have?
employees.
Okay, perfect. That's a good size.
Yeah.
That's what I said. So today, for the next section or segment, we call the Pulse. Those who are new to the show. I have a really cool introductory graphic coming up soon for that, but we don't have it yet. But anyway, in the Pulse today, our expert, the word girl, chose the topic of why branding matters. So that's the focus of our conversation today. Now, if we had Dave Murray here from Maniacs Branding, shout out to you, Dave. I know you're a subscriber.
So the girls at PTN told me to seek out. Was,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's for the gutsiest brand. See, I'm
Gutsy.
even using your
Gutsiest
monikers. Oh, it's working. You're in my head.
Your brand name should
Your
be
branding's
one
working.
character long.
That's right.
Is that what he, is that,
It's very short. You should
Yeah.
pick short names.
Very short names. The shorter, the better. I attended his class, and he felt that our branding of the business squad. You were there with me. No,
I was not, but
Ellen
I
was.
heard the discussion afterwards.
Yeah, that's right. Ellen was. And he felt that my branding process wasn't adequate because branding should have, first of all, your logo should only be 2 colors. I have 3 for the squad, right? We're red, white, and blue.
yeah,
Go America! And so red, white, and blue. And then it's the business squad. And he would tell you make up a fictitious name would be better so that you would own the name. Because if I say the business squad, it doesn't say enough what it is. We went round about that about 15 minutes. He finally threw his hands up. He's like, all right, you're not moving. I'm like, no, I already spent too much effort.
but the business squad conveys so much about what we
It sure
are.
does.
I mean, I think,
Yeah.
I get what he's saying, you know, so it should be Ishkabibble or something.
Drink! It's
Yeah,
good!
right.
I'm
Well,
sure
let me
it's
suggest
funny
that
that
You
Right.
suggest about small names though, because it's interesting, you know, we as a group provide, you know, basically back-end office solutions for
we sure
people.
do.
And one of the things that ADP is doing, we
Shameless
probably
plug
hear
there.
a lot about this on the radio. They have this new PEO called America's Back Office, and you know what? Branding yourself as America's Back Office, that's even bigger than what. the
I'm
things
just saying
we do
America's
with-
back office sounds like a bad road down in New Orleans.
I agree.
I'm just saying.
I agree.
Sounds like a strip club.
Gone wrong. Exactly. Exactly
So
right.
let's do this, James, right? So
Yeah.
everybody who's watching right now
Yeah.
clearly came
Cool.
because of the branding that you've done.
That's
So
true.
why don't you give a very just quick explanation of your branding process?
Okay.
That's great.
Part of the branding process that I took to go with, it actually started on a tiny little notepad of paper and just on a whim. And Legal and I were spitballing about ideas of how to come up with a name. And we're bouncing back and forth and about how the functionality of our group works, kind of fact of a squad, because there's so many of the disciplines represented that a business owner would have to have for their administrative operations. And we're talking back and forth, and it was just by happenstance, we're like, and John goes, what about the mod squad? I'm like, well, we can't use that. But squad, let's run a squad. Squad's good. We're business owners. We're all business. We're about the business squad. So we looked it up. Now, as things would have it, we're not the only ones to think of the business squad as a name. Oddly, they thought about it in Australia and the United Kingdom. So officially, we are the United States version of the business squad, and there's one in the UK and one in Australia. So for the branding purpose of it was a very easy name to use because it conveyed many things at one time and allowed us actually to put underneath that brand the complexity of our organization as it represents. We represent simplicity for the business owner. That's easy. We brand ourselves as that. We make your life simple, Mr. Business Owner. Call us, promise. We'll make it a lot easier. And we'll make that part simple, but in the background, behind the scenes, there's many complex things running at once. And so it takes a squad. It takes more than one person to do that. And that's where the problems a lot of the entrepreneurs run into. You know, they're the one with like 9 hats on their heads, and they're like, I'm going to do all these things.
But the business squad together, we have solutions.
Boom. That's
That's
true.
what it is, right? That's,
Yeah.
so it's about tagline
That's
too.
called
That-
tagline, yeah.
That's right, so that's part of the thing, but, you know, when this topic was mentioned, all I could think about was that TED Talk from several years ago that the fella did about, and he used Apple as an example, and he talked about it, you know, the why, the how, and the what. So, you know, in a lot of companies focus on the what, but if you focus on the why do we do this as a business, the business squad, and it's, you know, and I was thinking about it today, and tell me if you agree, but it's to help businesses focus on their core business, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Well, let's get all the noise off the table, right? So,
Yeah.
and even so, when you're developing your brand, and this is another, you know, little Dave in my back of my head. No, but anyway, in his little voice is there. And the fact that branding is specifically to that one product service of what you're doing. So our product, even though our service looks like multiple pieces, but in the end of the day, our service is to be the administrative end for all of your other stuff that you do.
Yeah.
So that you, at the end of the day, have the ability to just do your one thing. So you as the business owner, when you're doing your branding, right? You're like, well, how am I gonna brand myself? You have to sit down and go, okay, what is my core thing I'm
Right.
doing?
Mhm.
That's what I'm gonna wrap my label on.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna tell everybody I'm awesome at. Like the 4 key things that I do very
Right.
well, like you
Yeah.
said, right? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
That's
branded
perfect,
ourselves
yeah.
and we do these 4 things like a champion, right? Well, okay, so now that being said, that's your branding model going forward.
but that's the
your
what,
brand,
so
right?
that's the, so
Right.
you look back at that TED Talk, which I
Simon Sinek was his name.
yeah,
That's right.
and you know, and I was, you know, and it's so much so that I remembered it. It's been years since I've seen that, but that's just what came to mind is the why is what really
Start
matters.
with
Yeah.
why, he says.
Well, that's
Yeah.
because I think the what, there's a lot of people that share the same what, but the why is what can make you stand out.
Sure.
from everybody
Absolutely.
else, right? The
The
business
story,
squad,
right?
what we do is help small business owners. Why? Because we are small business owners, and because we like building relationships with people.
Well, the
Right?
middle
I mean,
of
we
that,
have clients, we don't want to be focused on just getting done with business, right? I mean, we all are chatty, we all talk, we all like people, it's
Most
part of what we
things.
do.
yeah, but
Most
so
days,
so
most people.
so the you know the why is helping business owners, and the how is together we have
Sure.
solutions. So
So-
that's how
so-
we do it.
Why do you clean those 4 things that you're good at, Scott?
That's what we like to do. We love those 4 key services. We just have tried many things over the years, and those
Yeah.
4 things are what we excel at.
Yeah. Okay.
We've actually been through janitorial, housekeeping. We started off as a housekeeping company.
Yeah.
We had 22 girls working for us at one time. And
Cleaning
it was-
house, huh?
Yeah, cleaning house is all we did. We
Uh-huh.
started, didn't clean carpets at that time.
Got it.
And started cleaning carpets. We really liked it. We got into water damage restoration, liked it.
Mhm.
And then the other 4 things that we do, the carpet, rugs, upholstery, and tile.
Yeah.
That's really what we just, I mean, there's a lot of things we could
Yeah.
clean out there.
Sure.
But then we said, well, why do we do what we do? Because we like it.
Yeah.
And you're
It's not-
good
has
at
no-
it,
It has
obviously.
nothing to do with the possibilities. We could clean cars if we wanted to.
Sure.
We could clean house outside of houses or whatever, but
Mhm.
those 4 things, our whole core of our company is built around those 4 things that we like.
Well, and it's interesting because you hear that and you're like, if you like it, that's not a very good reason. But really, it is kind of a good reason, Like, I started out my practice and I was doing everything, willing to do everything, anything and everything, and I'm finding what I like to do, and I'm gravitating towards it because it makes me more likely to want to come into work and
Right.
want to do things
Sure,
well.
it
It
and do
has
well,
to
it's-
start there. It
It
really
has
does.
to. Yeah, you're right. That's
So-
a
Because
good point.
eventually you'll be to the point where we got with the housekeeping, it's like, gosh, you gotta get up and herd cats again.
Well, and I can relate to your business, but yeah, okay. So
Well, now, she did give us some suggested reading material. And one of the things was the 7 stupid mistakes your brand is making. Any comments, opinions? I mean, do you think that?
no, but what I guess what I want to say is that the branding, it's more than just a logo. I mean, as
Yeah.
important as the logo is, it's more that it's what's behind the logo. But I was looking at your logo, and it's a coat of arms or something
Yeah,
kind of
it's a
thing.
shield.
I really like that. And,
Simple and it's 2
Yeah.
color and
Yeah.
it's
and see, 2
Yeah.
color.
I
Two
know.
color? There you go.
Because you don't want to get disconnibble with more than one color.
It
You
shows
gotta
people
do
that you're
colors.
protecting the value and
That's
their most, valuable asset.
It's kind of funny that
Protect the
our shield,
homes.
we've kind of got a funny story behind that because our family is Scottish. And,
Right.
and we're
That's
from
fair.
the only part of Scotland that doesn't have a shield.
There you go.
They don't have a coat of arms, so we made one.
Was it as a
This is
peaceful
ours.
stop or something? They did
That's
war,
great.
or I don't understand.
No, it's
Oh, the
it's a
claim-
little Orkney Islands. They don't have a
No,
shield.
there's nobody, yeah, they're just on the island,
Yeah,
right?
there's nothing to defend, I guess.
It's like a triple win, right? Simple, easy there, and it's got a story.
Yeah,
If
right.
somebody says, "Hey, that's cool," you can say, "All right, well, let's talk more." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that's cool because the talking is the key, right? So when you're doing a business on this level, like I think that article mentioned Coca-Cola. Like Coca-Cola's
Yeah.
branding strategy is totally different.
Can't
Because the
count
people that we put in this chair and the people that we talk to, your brand is you.
the most.
And that's what's hard to realize, right? You're the one standing up talking to people. You're the one that's got to come in and do things. You're the one, when they think of cleaning, they think of your face, right? When they think of Coca-Cola, they think of your face. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
or
you-
probably James, because he's the
Well,
face of the company.
his face
but-
and your voice on the phone dealing with insurance companies for
Did they ever
hours.
call you James?
Right,
Yeah. No.
right.
There's no mistaking this on the phone, there's no doubt. Well, and one of the things I think too, people get confused is that branding is not marketing. right? And marketing is not sales.
Exactly.
So you have to remember, like, branding's the idea. So you solidify your idea, marketing is your strategy, right? And then sales are your tactics. So if you want to think of it that way, right? Because
Yeah.
sales is the elbow to elbow. I'm going to convince you to buy my widget. It's the face to face, belly to belly. It's the fight, right? And your marketing's like, well, I'm going to send 10 in this way and 4 in this way. We're going to hit them from over here and up above and below. And next thing you know, but before all that, what am I going to hit them with?
Oh, you gotta
And then
identify.
with my
your
brand,
offer
right?
first,
I'm going to make my brand, and I'm going to beat them on that. Make my strategy. I'm going to beat them on that. That's marketing.
Well, that
And then
when
sales
a problem
is your-
comes up, they go, oh, I know who can help me solve that. So,
That's right. Was that right? And I
top
think
of
that's-
mind is what they call it. I guess.
That's yeah, and I think that's the biggest mistake that people make
Yeah.
when they're doing that they think they're interchangeable,
Mhm.
and they're not. The branding, marketing, and sales are all three. They're related, but one is not instant the other. Marketing and branding are not synonymous. Right? You gotta have branding first. Your branding develops what your service and product is,
Mhm.
and then marks you down the line for the rest of it.
I think a lot of people don't even realize they need branding.
No,
That's one of the
yeah.
mistakes that I made when I first started this. I was like, okay, how do I market myself? But then it was only in marketing myself and figuring out what worked that I was like, okay, this is a good brand for me,
Right.
And so, I mean, maybe to some extent that's a good way to do it, but you got to start with branding. It's separate and independent, just like you said. And if you don't have that, what are you marketing?
But it's gotta be cohesive and consistent, and if you
Yeah.
change it, all you're doing is watering it down potentially.
Yeah.
You know, so,
Mhm.
Well, did you see in the, sorry, did you see in the
No.
article they have the Coca-Cola before and after?
Yes.
Did
Yep.
you
it's
see
the
that?
same.
yeah,
They're
it's-
so similar that, it's like, oh, wow, maybe there's a line to that font now, but
yeah,
when they changed their brand, they did it right.
yeah,
Right.
187 years
But
later.
what you
They've also changed their brand
I was gonna
in
say,
inappropriate ways.
What they
right?
didn't say was that they changed it to New Coke. and
New
how come
Coke,
They didn't
it
talk
was
about that.
A super flop. Right?
Yeah, you know.
Big-
No, they went back to it, right?
But they went away completely from Coca-Cola for a while.
Yeah.
And it was
They
New
did.
Coke.
It was New Coke. It's a whole
Yeah.
new flavor without the cocaine.
Yeah.
That was a change they made a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
That was
people are still hooked on
Have
it.
you-
They went from actual cocaine to
have you-
sugar and then made it more addictive.
Have you tried taking somebody who's like Diet Coke and depriving them of that Diet Coke? You should try that and let me know if you think it's got cocaine in it still.
Really? So did your
No.
wife?
She doesn't. She's off. She's kicked the habit.
He's like, she's off.
But before,
I had a
it
Mountain
was-
Dew addict too.
Yeah.
As a spouse at one
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, well, I guess, maybe so, but one of the other segments that we do is, after we do the pulses, our shout outs, right? So we wanna, cool things that are going on in the business community, kind of give some recognition to them. And, the topics this week are technically, for those who didn't watch, we went on last week. So this week is last week, or last week's this week.
Oh, let's apologize.
Last
Yeah.
For
week
last
tonight.
week, it was a snow day.
That's
That's
right.
The kids got it off, so I don't know why.
Yeah.
We just thought we deserved it or something.
Right.
I don't
We're
know.
kids. Let's be honest.
I think, honestly, it was snowing like 6 inches that night, and
Yeah,
I
it's
probably
pretty
would
bad.
have ended up. I had to come out here. And
Yeah.
Sled dogs went wild, they didn't
Yeah.
have them anymore.
Right.
Live streaming, it says.
Live
Hi,
streaming.
everybody. Welcome back. Currently, we're going to discuss some hoorays, but the hooray section is going to get bypassed for